Hey guys, what is up? I have been on a journey. Like, seriously, when you feel like there's just more to life? Like, there's this whole other layer of energy and vibes and stuff that we're just not tapping into? That's where I'm at. So, I've been super into auras lately. Yeah, auras, those colorful things around people. I know, it sounds kind of crazy, right? But hear me out. What if I told you that you could totally read someone just by looking at their aura? No more awkward first dates, no more fake friends, you guys. You'd be able to see right through all that BS. And the craziest part? It's not even that hard. So, if you're ready to unlock your inner psychic and become the most intuitive person you know, buckle up, because things are about to get mystical up in here. Okay, so first things first. What the heck is an aura, right? Is it some kind of magic trick? Is it witchcraft? No, guys, chill. It's actually way less dramatic than that. Basically, an aura is like this invisible energy field that surrounds every living thing. Think of it like your own personal vibe? Some people have a really chill, laid-back aura, while others are more like, bam, in your face with the energy. And guess what? This aura changes all the time depending on your mood, your health, even the people you're around. It's like a mood ring, but 1,000 times more accurate. And the cool thing is, once you learn how to see auras, you can totally tell what someone's feeling, even if they're trying to hide it. It's like having a superpower, but instead of flying or being invisible, you can read people's minds. Well, kind of. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds way too good to be true. But trust me, I was a skeptic too. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The first time I heard about auras, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. But then I started reading about it and trying it out for myself. And let me tell you, it's been a wild ride. Before we dive into the whole aura reading thing, we gotta get you in the right headspace? Because, let's be real, if your mind is racing a mile a minute, you're not gonna see any aura. You'll just see a blurry mess of people and probably start freaking out about that weird stain on the wall. So step one is to find your zen. Seriously, channel your inner yogi. Find a quiet spot, maybe light some candles, put on some Enya or something. You do you. The important thing is to create a calm and relaxing atmosphere. Once you've done that, it's time to clear your mind. And no, I don't mean scroll through TikTok for an hour. I'm talking about actual meditation. I know, meditation can be kind of intimidating, but it doesn't have to be this big, complicated thing. Just close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and try to focus on your breath. It's okay if your mind wanders, just gently guide it back to your breath. Do this for 5 minutes, or however long you need to feel relaxed and centered. Trust me, once you're feeling all calm and zen, you'll be amazed at what you can see. It's like you're opening up a whole new part of your brain. It's like taking the red pill, but instead of going down the rabbit hole, you're entering the magical world of auras. Okay, so you're feeling all zen and relaxed. Now it's time to find the perfect spot to practice your newfound aura reading skills. And no, your messy bedroom with clothes all over the floor is not going to cut it. We need a place that's calm, quiet, and free of distractions. Imagine if you were trying to meditate in the middle of a rave. Not gonna happen, right? Ideally, you want a space with soft lighting and neutral colors. Think spa vibes, but without the cucumber water and the awkward small talk. If you're feeling extra, you can even set up an altar with crystals, candles, and maybe a picture of your spirit animal. I'm not even kidding, I totally have an altar in my room. It's got crystals, sage, a picture of RuPaul. It's my happy place. Once you've found your perfect spot, make sure it's clean and clutter-free. Clutter is like the enemy of good vibes. Seriously, it's like a black hole sucking away all your positive energy. So take a few minutes to tidy up, light some incense, and maybe put on some chill music. I'm talking Enya, Gregorian chants, whale sounds, the classics. The goal here is to create a space that feels sacred and inviting. A place where you can totally relax and let your intuition take over. Because that's what aura reading is all about, you guys. It's about tapping into that inner wisdom that we all have. Chapter 4. Alright, so you found your chill spot, you're feeling zen AF, and you're ready to start reading some auras. But before you go around zapping people with your mind lasers, we gotta talk about the importance of observation. Because believe it or not, aura reading isn't just about seeing colors. It's about paying attention to all the subtle cues that people are giving off. Think of it like this. When you meet someone for the first time, you don't just stare at their forehead, right? You look at their whole vibe. You notice their body language, their facial expressions, the way they carry themselves. Are they making eye contact? Are they fidgeting? Are they smiling or frowning? All of these things tell you something about the person, right? Well, aura reading is kind of the same thing, but on a deeper level. You're not just looking at their physical body, you're trying to see their energy. And the best way to do that is to observe them with all your senses. So find someone who's willing to be your aura guinea pig. It could be a friend, a family member, even your pet goldfish. Okay, maybe not your goldfish, but you get the idea. Once you've found your subject, find a comfortable spot to sit or stand and just observe them. Don't stare too intently, just relax your gaze and try to see their energy field. Chapter 5. Okay, now for the fun part. The colors. This is where things start to get really interesting because, as you may or may not know, auras come in a whole rainbow of colors, each with its own unique meaning. It's like a secret language that your intuition can understand. Now I know what you're thinking. How the heck am I supposed to see colors around people? And honestly, it's different for everyone. Some people see auras as clearly as day, while others just get like a faint impression of color. And that's totally fine. The important thing is to trust your intuition. If you see a flash of red around someone, don't second guess yourself. Red is the color of passion, energy, and sometimes a little bit of anger. It could mean that this person is feeling super motivated, or it could mean that they are about to blow a gasket. It all depends on the context. If you see a lot of blue, that usually indicates someone who's calm, peaceful, and trustworthy. Blue is the color of the ocean, the sky, and my favorite pair of sweatpants. It's a very soothing and calming color. Green, on the other hand, is all about growth, harmony, and balance. It's the color of nature, money, and those delicious matcha lattes that I'm obsessed with. Chapter 6. So, you've mastered the art of seeing colors. Congrats, you're basically a psychic now. But hold on to your hats, folks, because there's more. It turns out that aura colors aren't the only thing you need to pay attention to. You also need to look at the shape of the aura. Yes, you heard that right. Auras have shapes. Think of it like this. The color of the aura tells you about the person's overall energy, while the shape of the aura gives you more specific information about their emotional and mental state. For example, a smooth, oval-shaped aura usually indicates someone who's balanced, grounded, and feeling good about life. They're probably the type of person who meditates every morning, eats kale smoothies, and has their life together. A jagged or spiky aura, on the other hand, suggests someone who's feeling stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed. They're probably the type of person who's constantly running late, forgets their keys, and spills coffee on themselves at least once a day. We've all been there. And then there's the cloudy aura. This one's a little trickier to interpret because it can mean a few different things. It could mean that the person is feeling confused, uncertain, or indecisive. Or it could mean that they're just really good at hiding their true feelings. Chapter 7. Trust your gut. Intuition is your superpower. Okay, so you've learned about colors, shapes, and all that jazz. But here's the thing. Aura reading isn't an exact science. It's more of an art form. And like any art form, it requires intuition. Now, I know what you're thinking. Mariganka, I'm not intuitive. I'm the least intuitive person I know. But trust me, everyone has intuition. It's that little voice inside your head that tells you when something's right or wrong, when to trust someone or when to run for the hills. The problem is, most of us are so busy overthinking and second-guessing ourselves that we drown out our intuition. We're like, oh, I shouldn't say that, or what if I'm wrong? But here's the thing, your intuition is never wrong. It's always there, guiding you towards your highest good. So, when you're reading someone's aura, don't overthink it. Just relax, observe, and trust your gut. If you get a weird feeling about someone, even if their aura looks perfectly normal, trust that feeling. Your intuition is trying to tell you something. Chapter 8. Me, Myself, and My Aura. Practice makes perfect. Okay, so you're ready to start reading auras like a pro. But before you go around analyzing everyone you meet, I have a challenge for you. Read your own aura. I know, it sounds kind of weird, but trust me, it's the best way to develop your intuition and get a feel for what auras actually look like. Plus, it's a lot less pressure than trying to read someone else's aura. So, how do you read your own aura? It's actually pretty simple. Find a quiet spot where you won't be disturbed and dim the lights. This will help you see the colors more easily. Now, hold your arm out in front of you with your palm facing you. Relax your gaze and focus on the space around your hand. Don't try to force anything, just observe what you see. You might see a faint glow, a flash of color, or even just a change in the energy around your hand. Whatever you see, don't judge it. Just observe it with curiosity. Chapter 9. Feeling the vibe beyond sight. Okay, so you've been practicing your aura seeing skills and you're starting to get the hang of it. But what if I told you that seeing colors isn't the only way to read auras? That's right, folks. You can actually feel auras too. It's like having a sixth sense, but instead of seeing dead people, you're feeling people's energy. Think about a time when you met someone and instantly felt drawn to them. Like, you just knew that you were going to be friends. Or maybe you've had the opposite experience where you met someone and immediately felt uneasy or uncomfortable. That, my friends, is your intuition picking up on their aura. You are literally feeling their vibe. So how do you develop this sixth sense? It's all about paying attention to your body's subtle cues. The next time you're around someone, notice how you feel physically. Do you feel energized and uplifted, or drained and exhausted? Do you feel a sense of warmth and connection, or coldness and distance? Chapter 10. Keep it simple, sweetie. Don't overthink it. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today. We've talked about colors, shapes, intuition, and even feeling auras. But here's the thing. Aura reading doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, it's often the simplest things that are the most profound. So, if you're feeling overwhelmed, just remember to keep it simple. Don't get too caught up in the technicalities of aura reading. Don't worry about memorizing every color and shape. And most importantly, don't overthink it. Just relax, observe, and trust your intuition. The more you practice, the easier it will become. And who knows, you might even surprise yourself with how much you can see and feel. Chapter 11. Good vibes only, respecting boundaries. Okay, so you're now basically an aura expert. You can see colors, feel vibes, and you're practically fluent in the language of energy. But before you go around reading everyone's aura without their permission, we need to talk about boundaries. Because let's be real, no one likes it when someone's all up in their business without their consent. It's like, back off, man. This is my aura, not your personal entertainment system. So the golden rule of aura reading is, don't read someone's aura without their permission. It's just plain rude. And for the love of all that is holy, do not use aura reading to manipulate or judge others. Just because someone has a red aura doesn't mean they're about to go postal. And just because someone has a green aura doesn't mean they're a saint. Remember, auras are just one aspect of a person. They don't tell the whole story. So don't go around judging people based on their aura. It's not cool. You got this. Oh my God, you guys, we did it. We just went on a deep dive into the world of auras. And you know what? I'm so proud of you for coming on this journey with me. I know it can be a lot to take in, but just remember, aura reading is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. So, don't get discouraged if you don't see results overnight. Just keep practicing, keep trusting your intuition, and most importantly, have fun with it. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever seen an aura? Have you tried reading your own aura? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more mystical shenanigans.